Well, I don't see a great deal. They don't seem to understand very much about the substance of economic policy. When I go up to Capitol Hill, I don't really see economists working on congressional staffs or even on committee staffs anymore. I see nothing but PR people who know how to recite talking points but don't really understand the substance of the issues. There are a few exceptions, and one is Paul Ryan, whom I've known for a long time. He's a very smart guy, very hardworking, very earnest. But I think he's hemmed in by his party and prevented from being really very creative, and is forced into this to support what I think are some rather silly policies. For example, he has this budget plan that would reduce the deficit and reduce the debt, but included in this budget plan is a massive tax cut for the rich that there's simply no justification for. And even if there was, having a tax cut of something like $4 trillion over the next 10 years in a plan that's designed to reduce the deficit means you've got to reduce the deficit by an additional $4 trillion to get to budget balance. And I also think there's some dishonesty in the way he has portrayed his plan. For example, he says even though he's cutting taxes, he will actually raise revenues as a share of GDP by closing loopholes. But he's never named a single solitary loophole that he would close. And in fact, he simply ordered the Congressional Budget Office to assume that revenues would be not merely much higher than they are now, but even higher than their historical average. And he has absolutely nothing in his plan that would actually cause that to happen. So he's really just making up numbers, and I think this is intellectual dishonesty, but I think it's imposed upon him by his party. What he would do if he were out of office and free to speak his mind is something I really wish I knew.